Alright, what's good YouTube? It's your boy TYP336 here. We're sitting down with Mr. Courtney Waller here. Courtney, what did you play today here at the Wilson region?
Today I went ahead and played Dark World. And even though it's not like exactly the deck that's like especially meant for me or for most people, it's just something that I wanted to like try again, even though Rhode Island hadn't turned out to be the greatest experience because it was the wrong like meta call at Rhode Island. But again, it was wrong meta call here, but I won't get like too into it. But yeah, Dark World.
What have you been thinking about the meta so far and how it's been going?
From today and last week, my views on it had like actually changed. At the start of the meta, I thought it was actually really, really good. And then now I'm looking at it again and reanalyzing it, and I think it's on a downward spiral. Like, it sounds kind of messed up, but what I'm about to say, I'm the type of person, I believe that if the game is competitive, then let it be competitive. So if you can't afford certain cards, then I'm sorry, that's just how the game is. You want to enter a competitive game, let it be that way. For Konami to constantly reprint things and be player friendly or make everything available to everyone, they're leveling the playing field as far as like card base, and I disagree with that so much. So people now, they just put together a deck, don't know how to run it, and it's just they push, and there's too many. Yeah, like the luck chance in the game is like increased drastically, and now you don't have a trifecta or a defined meta, so your side deck is basically irrelevant. And you're trying your best to fit 15 cards in there that have a high possibility of not doing anything. Yeah. So you never know what your matchups could be, and then you always will lose the random BS. So it's just, I think it's in a downward spiral and it's not getting any better.
Alright, I guess we'll go ahead and get into the deck.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead. Sorry, I should have went ahead and separate this. My apologies.
That's all good.
Dakota about to get punched in his little face.
You can't put this on YouTube.
Oh, I can't, trust me. Alright, I think my monster count's like 13. You know, the Trip Snow.
I don't know.
And you know exactly what Snow does, search and blah, 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 blah. Trip Brow. I really should have had these separated already.
Oh, y'all good, man.
You know, Brow's additional draw engine and enter a guidable target. Trip Grapha. 2 silvers, 1 gold, and 2 tour guides. I'll explain these in a second. A lot of people want to know why I chose them over Beige. It's only for the main fact, I really just don't like Beige or a card that doesn't have like a true effect to me. Beige really is just subpar, unless you're trying to do like, you know, maybe some Ring Forces or something. But,
Just normal summon, you don't have a discard.
yeah, it's like, yeah, but it's like, I like something like this that can hit the board that's like 23 to 26 depending on if Gates is there. Not only that, it gives me additional outlets for like exceeding, going into rank 5s, and you have no clue how many times like I've Zimmed the hell out of somebody, or I just recur the board. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Recur the board with this monster and Grapho or like Smog it away. So like, I just prefer this way over Beige. I think Beige is just really subpar. But that's just my personal preference. On the spells, Trip Gates, I do double drag down. Get my Gates out real quick. Again, I apologize, should have had separated already.
How well does the double drag down work for you?
Yeah, like, I like it. The third one, for some reason, I always clogged my hand, and depending on like what part of the game it was, like mid to late game, my back row is usually like very loaded. Yeah. So I had to be really cautious, and if I drag down with another drag down or set something like 2 drag downs, I'm locking up more boards. So it's like, I just prefer 2, and 2s always came in handy for me, and I don't get that like clogging factor. The Dark Hole, Trip Dealings.
Oh no.
Hey buddy. 1 Lightning.
Kyrie Tinsley's a king.
He is, I'll give you that. Cardi, of course, the Storm.
Top?
Even if I did, I wouldn't count it. So I wouldn't accept the invite.
Yes, I did.
Again, I think Monster is 13 spells. Should be, I think, 12. My whole deck is 41. You can count it out yourself. And the Storm, of course.
How do you feel about Lord Darkness? Like, some people, like, it's been like a really iffy card with like some Dark World players. They'll like play it, and like some people like they're like, I like it because the Levier plays, and like some like I don't like removing a Dark World like that and not having anything.
I don't like. Honestly, I don't like Alert, period. It doesn't matter if it's Dark World or Zector. I just don't like that card. And Zectors can actually kind of abuse it because they can just cycle out and Levier. but I don't like the card only for the fact it's at 1.
Yeah.
And Allure is like a powerful card, but it can't do anything at 1. Just like Book of Moon is like a god save, but it's nothing at 1. So
Yeah.
like I just don't like the card right now. And Dark Worlds is like every monster is critical, so why are you trying to chance yourself and remove it? I mean, I guess like you can miss it and like,
Since we're on the subject of Allure and being at 1 and Book of Moon at 1, what do you think it would be a good substitute for people who are playing Dark Worlds or Blackwings or anything or sectors that are dark based? Do you think that they could find something better for that draw power, or do you think that there's
nothing there?
nothing at the moment. Blackwings, you can actually do double pot of. You can actually do one Allure and Black.
Duality and cards for Black Feather.
Yeah, card for Black Feather, Duality, and
The reason why I
Allure.
don't like cards for Black Feathers is because it's a good card in all honesty, but then again, the fact that you have to remove first before you can activate the card, that kind of fucks you up. Because if they go and Materia beat, if you're going to get 6 Samurais or something like that, you just lost a card.
Yeah, but
Well, I mean, most of the time when you play Allure, you are going to have a target in hand that you want to remove.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna
cards for Black
happen.
Feathers are like the same thing.
It's the
Because
exact same
like,
thing.
if you don't want to blind Allure,
Overall,
that's just shitty.
overall, I think Allure Darkness versus cards for Black Feathers, Allure always wins.
Well, yeah, of course, but you're
Yeah.
asking for a replacement. You're not asking for better.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just
You're not
thinking.
to say that if you have Allure, you could like miss and discard.
I was about to, but then I caught myself because I was like, wait a minute, you had to draw into a monster. So what am I talking about?
You
But
possibly could draw into a monster, that's the thing.
but it's still like you're chancing yourself, and you don't want to do that. You got the 3 Reckless, you got the double Torrential. I main deck 2 Skill Drain, 2 Dimensional Prisons, which I actually like because people don't expect it in Dark World, so it catches them by surprise. I main deck 2 deck, not deck, 2 viruses, the Eradicator and the Deck Devastation. This card to me is actually more powerful than the Crush card in this current format due to every. Yeah, like it kills one, there's Gear Gia, the Zectors minus the Centipede. It can possibly like drop an entire Chaos Dragon out because all their monsters are low except for their beat sticks. So like the deck can go 50-50 on what type of opening they have. And even 6 Sams, this just burns like their small monsters that have to go into Beast or Sheen. I do main deck this because like there's a possible hazard where I need to make sure my back row is constantly safe. If I don't have a Starlight Road, so during their draw, I'll immediately just trigger this and call a spell, and I don't have to worry about like a MST or anything of that nature or a Heavy Storm. So they're just additional outlets. One small, which I wish I had done 2, Solemn Judgment and a Starlight Road. So again, the whole deck is 41 as far as the main. Side deck, y'all can basically figure that out on your own. And extra deck if you have time.
Yeah, we got time.
One Neo's Galaxy Eye Photon Dragon. I've only brought this card out 4 times, but it is what it is. I would still recommend playing that. 1 Heliopolis, 1 Zemayo, 1 Aegis, yeah, the black ass.
Wait, product placement.
Yeah, Invictus Team
Invictus
Sleeves.
for days.
Invictus Team Sleeves. We go harder in paint. But, 1 Aegis, 1 Tyrus. Pablo Operative, I don't like this card in here, but I cannot find another sufficient rank 4. Roach.
What about that Vishiki Merogeist?
I do not like that card. Like,
What about Kachikochi Drag?
the one that attacks twice?
Yes. On honesty,
Maybe.
over Papal Imperative, if you can attack into a higher defense monster, you can attack again for attack. Unless you hit a Snowman Eater or something or Raikou, you're pretty much going ahead and saying, okay, I'm going to attack the line directly right after.
I guess so. I mean,
I don't think we go into floors very often.
we don't.
Right?
We don't,
I
but
don't know why we're like overanalyzing this.
Because the only reason why like I put that in here is like if people are like kind of iffy and they side up Reapers, which people have done, it's just a way for me to put the Reaper in attack mode, push out for game. Roach is just mainly for, you know, like agents, Chaos Dragons, and that's about it. And Gear Gia. Minus 6 seats.
Busted.
Maestro, which is like the all-star of this format, he gets the biggest booty when it comes to the gates, and he's a fiend. Acid Golem, Leviathan, I really want to cut him, but he is kind of needed in there. Levier, Tim Tempo, star number 2 of the format. He tag teams with his buddy Maestro, and again, he's a fiend. He has a possible 3,000 attack with gates that he can go up to if he knocks off 2 materials. Mellow Melody, figure out what she does. I love that card. She attacks twice. And Zen Mains and Stardust Dragon. Everything in the extra deck has its place. It's the reason why it's in here, like I've explained. The deck has a lot of synergy. You're more than like, I think I've won every single game won today.
Did you put a Giga Brilliant in your extra?
No.
What about that instead of the Leviathan Dragon?
I already have enough rank 3s. I don't want to put.
Crazy.
I'm just thinking instead of the Leviathan Dragon, use Giga Brilliant.
I can't because that means I'm only dropping a 21 on the board when I could drop a 25.
That's true.
And he's only there for first turn purposes. But the thing that you have to be extremely careful with Dark World, you're always going to get game 1 because it catches not the opponent but the deck that your opponent's running by surprise. It's game 2 where you lose consistency due to the fact that you're taking out X amount of cards and you're replacing them with other cards that don't fully have synergy with each other, but it's necessary you put them in. And sometimes cards will kind of conflict with you. Like, you may have to side in Raikou if, let's say for instance you're in game 3, that means you go first, but you have to keep your skill dreams in. So it's just stuff like that that happens where it can screw you over, but it rarely does. But like today, I sided in 3 MSTs. I really never got to use them. No Shadow Imprisonings, no anything of that nature. Somebody debunked me, which was like, okay, it happens. I can't be mad. But you just lose so much consistency in game 2, possibly game 3. That's why I'm like, make your own side deck. But that's about it.
All right, Courtney, I appreciate you sitting down with me. And this is TLP 336. Sign out. Remember, your opponent us. Deuces, guys.